Hey, Jen. Jen, you can't tell me you don't want that. You can't tell me that. That would be a lie.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to 8.5 miles with Jem. I'm going to be riding on 8.5. Oh, gotta hook my brakes up first. Just totally forgot about that when I took my. Oops, probably not a good idea to sit my phone in there. So I'll put it right in the holster. Oh, gotta run upstairs to do something I forgot to do, but it shouldn't be too long to do that. So I'll do that and be right back. Get on with the ride. I don't think it's quite time officially yet, but you never know. I'll be back. I got my water, and I'm going to put Endomando on, and I'm going to resume this Google Hangout. So it will be just 1 minute, then we'll get on with the ride. There we go. Hey everybody, let's go for another bike ride, shall we? It's beautiful evening, about 65, 70 degrees.
Free your endorphins.
It's about, whoa, free your endorphins. That means it's time to go. It's about 65, 70 degrees. Not much wind. Unlike Sunday, which was a bear. We'll be talking about that a little bit. So, I'm not doing any special training today, just going for a ride. I think maybe if I can get some speed going. Wind is coming out of the east, but it's only like about 5 miles an hour, 6 tops, I would say. So it shouldn't be any problems. Car coming ahead of me, car coming behind me. Yeah, and there's one's turning, and the other one's going straight. Okay. Oh, 2 vehicles. I hate when that happens. Alright, just kicked it up into 2-3 gear. If any of you can help refresh my memory on this, is it when you pedal faster, is that higher gear or is that lower gear? I can't remember. So, oh, hold on. Got a problem. My brakes are rubbing. I was wondering if this is going to happen.
Time auto paused.
Damn it. Damn it, I can never get this correct. see what the problem is. I think the guy at the trick store may have over-adjusted. Damn it. Oh, crap. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, I'm gonna work with it.
Time auto resume.
Hate when stuff like that happens. I'm even fully, there we go, clipped into my, now I am. Now this is gonna be fun. I'll just have to adjust it. Don't have time to do it tonight. I'll have to do it Thursday. I'll have to watch some YouTube videos on how to do that. At any rate, we're on the road. That shouldn't count against my total lap time, but it still kind of pisses me off a bit. We give them credit. They do good work there at the Trek store. Just, maybe it's just one of those things. Maybe I need to get my cable changed. I don't know. At any rate. This is going to make going up that one hill on Lynn Road fun. I mean, it's... Okay. Alright, you know, I might have to stop here and make an emergency repair. Or you know what? Might be something else. I'm going to take a look at.
Time auto paused.
Oh, I got a loose pad. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to take this into the bicycle store in town here and have them look at the brakes. I'm going to brake the guy. All right. I might have just made things worse. One more thing we can try. There we go. I think I got it. I'll do it just a little bit more. The difference is there's not a ton of pressure now. It's kind of, I think, halfway between where I currently got it and where it was. So let's do one more little adjustment. The hell's that? Yeah, alright, that's better. Okay. Alright, it's time to get the show back on the road. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but for now. Alright. Only got 8 more miles to go.
Time auto resumed.
There we go. There we go. I'm going to have to readjust that somewhat. I don't know what the deal is, but... Hey, we're moving. Alrighty. So, yeah. Sorry about that, folks, but sometimes you just gotta deal with these things, and I'm not an expert mechanic, but kind of need to be. Well, at least better than I am. Much better than I am, sadly. Because I like to tell everyone I'm a computer guy. I ain't got time for none of this mystical mechanical nonsense. I need something that people really understand. Computers. Yeah, irony. So, yeah, take a little drink here, as always. Oh, got a car ahead and car behind. I hate when that happens. As always, 8.5 miles with Jim, sponsored by water. Yes, water. H to the 2 to the O. Brought to you by Mbevco. So, coming up to Lynn Road here, where we turn left for the first full length of the ride. First full, that's what I'm looking for. Lap now. Is anyone else turning here? No. Alright, cool. I love and I hate Lynn Road. Oh shit, I forgot my cycling gloves at home. Damn it all. Alright. I love this road because there's hardly any traffic on it. But at the same time, I hate it because A, I always get hit by the prevailing winds out of the south, and B, the surface isn't my favorite. A lot of friction on this one. But you can't ignore the challenges. That's the only way you get better, is by the challenges. If everything was easy, you'd never get any better. One thing I love about this route, well, you can't see it here, but I think I've brought it up before. There's a cell phone tower right smack in the middle. Well, maybe not quite smack in the middle, but close enough to where you know that if you have it, you're going counterclockwise on this route, you have it on the left, you'll never get lost. Going clockwise on this route, you have it on your right, you'll never get lost. Okay. Something else I forgot to do is check the air in my tire. And I am just like batting 1,000 today. What the hell? Oh, license plate. That's something you don't see on the road every day. Alright. Time to shift it into, well, I'll say higher gear. And here's Lynn Road Hill. Actually, I don't want to go into that gear. Maybe we'll right. As I said just a moment ago, you don't fall through the challenges, things don't get easier. You don't move forward. Oh, that wasn't too bad. One thing I haven't really gotten the grasp of, and maybe this bike isn't conducive to that, is riding while standing, because I do that. I feel like I want to fall forward. Might have to do with my gearing. I will say that my right knee isn't the same as it had been, hell, even a year ago. Oh, I forgot to mention, I got the Q&A app open, and hell no, I'm not answering any questions while riding, but you leave them there, and I'll address them after I'm done. So, yeah. So still can't believe I forgot my freaking gloves. Wow, my third vehicle on this road. It's a banner day. Time for another drink. After this break, I'll tell you about the first annual Morris, Illinois Rotary Kiwanis. Something else I know I'm going to probably pay for. When I usually go out, I fill up 2 water bottles. When I go on this 8.5 mile ride, I find I never really need both bottles. But knowing my luck, they'll need them both. Really can't foresee why. It's more thing about how long you're out riding. There you guys are all enjoying this live stream. Facebook. Page on Facebook is let me think. I just set up a direct URL to the page. I think it's, let's see, facebook.com/8, the word point, the number 5, miles with Jim, I believe. I have to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'd like to find a way to post the live stream up on Facebook so I don't have to keep setting the invite up, but I'm not really sure how to do that. If anyone knows how to do that, send me an email. Jim Goebel, that's Goebel @gmail.com. I'm thinking about changing my old side project Gmail account over. I don't know if I can do that though. These are things I gotta think about. Anyway, yeah, back to the feature presentation. The Morris, Illinois Rotary Kiwanis Tour de Corn Ride. Routes anywhere up to minimum of like 29 miles. That's the shortest route you can go. Up to, well, really, depending on the time, as far as you want to go. Officially 64 miles if you only do each loop at the end once. But you could do each loop twice if you wanted to. At any rate, starts out at the Ritchie Brothers auction house up at north of town, and it heads pretty much due west from there to the Milton Pope School, which is, I don't know, about 8 miles northwest northwest of Seneca, Illinois. And from there's a, let me think, a 12-mile loop and a 20-mile loop. Distance is approximate. Well, miserable day. Coldest day. This was this last weekend. It was the May 31st, Sunday. Starts at 7 a.m. Temperature, start time was like about 50. And the sustained winds were out of the east, let's see, northeast. They're out of the northeast about 16 to 18 miles per hour. And when you have winds, and they say that, well, the winds are like 10 miles an hour, it means that some winds are slower and some winds are faster. It's the average. What you really want to pay attention to in the forecast is wind gusts. And I could swear on Sunday, thank you, Bug, I need protein. On Sunday, I could swear, I have to double check this, that gusts were up to like 25 miles an hour. Now, I'm kind of out of shape, because I pretty much took almost all of last year off. I'm not doing that this year, although I should probably cool it down from where I am because of my foot surgery, but who listens to their doctors, right? Am I right? But, yeah, a year and a half ago, I actually rode in the MS Tour de Farms up in DeKalb, and oh yeah, by the way, I want to post a link on my Facebook page. I decided I was going to volunteer at it this year, but I guess I got to raise $100 for donations, which I don't mind doing, but I'm going to need some donations like pretty quick here because this thing's in like 3 weeks. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, I just turned onto DuPont Road, headed into the wind. I like this road. It's a fair amount of traffic, but yeah, good surfaces, and usually the wind's at your back. Not today, but I can deal with that. So anyway, yeah, it's the Bike MS Tour de Farms, DeKalb, Illinois. I'll put the link up for donations up on my Facebook page, on both the 8.5 miles with Jim and the and my regular Facebook page. So yeah, as far as the Tour de Corn goes, I was riding for the first portion of it, with the exception of a short stretch. The wind was pretty much at my back, so I was making some mega good times, which I really shouldn't be concerned with that. But, you know, damn it, I want to get places, you know? And, but we had something else we could talk about in a minute. But, so I got to the Milton Pope School and, you know, looked at the map. I was toying with the idea of just going right back due to the wind, but I'm like, I asked about the different loops, and some guy was like, yeah, the 12-mile loop is fun because it's some up and down rolling hills. And, man, I gotta clean that mirror. Up and down rolling hills, and then, I'm gonna take the speed up a notch. And then the wind is at your back once you turn to the west again. And it was kind of a southwest direction, so the wind was directly at your back. So you got to take advantage of some beautiful scenery and make some speed. Well, the first part of it, the first mile, was shared by the two loops, the 20 mile and the 12 mile. And of course, the first length, you're headed into the wind. And once again, for those of you who think Illinois is all flatland, you know not what you say. There are some really nasty hills in this area, and of course, There's one hill I had to ride up twice because both the loops go up it. So at any rate, struggling. Then I get to that road, goes to the southwest. And then I hit the road that goes to the south. And once again, I'm having some fun on this stretch and the previous stretch. And then I have to head back east. I'm thinking, I'm not looking forward to this portion, but I was pleasantly surprised because there was a ton of trees. And, you know, trees and houses that are a little closer to the road are something you like to see on a windy day, because what do? Yes, they block the wind. Not really having that much luck on that today. But, so yeah, they were blocking the wind. And, so that stretch, while hard, wasn't terrible. And then I decided, I was looking at the time and I'm like, wow, I still get about 6 hours before they pull all the services for this thing. So I maybe I'll do the 20-mile loop. Just have some fun with it, you know? Just not push myself, just enjoy it. That's what these sponsored rides are about. They're not races. They're fun rides. You're supposed to enjoy them. I like to test my endurance on them. But anyway, I decided to do this. And I'm tootling along north and east, yes. This loop went to the northeast. And once you're done with the northeast, you go back south and west to Milton Pope School, which is fun. With that strong wind at your back, on my little hybrid that I'm riding, I could swear I was doing 20, 21 miles an hour on this thing at points. In fact, my best time on my bike was coming along south on the road that nasty hill I was telling you about was on. So, tootling back. Oh, I forgot to mention when I stopped at the Milton Pope School after the 12-mile loop. I had him look at my brakes and my left shoe clip, because my left shoe kept coming out of the clip. But I got that fixed, and it's working like a charm. My foot's not slipping out now. I was originally going to leave that loose so I could get my left foot out, which is what I had the surgery on, so I could get the left foot out easily without having to do any twists or anything. But it turns out to me that for this sort of thing, it helps to have my foot in kind of like a straightforward position so it doesn't twist. Sounds like a vehicle's coming up behind me here. Yep. I need to clean this mirror off. Only thing I hate about this road is because there's no speed limit signs. People think that speed limit is infinity miles an hour. Anyway. I do love riding out in these areas on roads like this, but there's a reason why I say this, and it continues in my story about the Tour de Corne. So, thank you, bug. More protein. At any rate, so I get to the point where I turn right onto my last. And people watching me must think I'm crazy or something. I'm live streaming. Yes, you can do that. So, at any rate, I turn mile. I get to the corner right, a little bit before the corner, where I turn right to go on to the last 1.5 mile stretch east on this particular 20-mile loop. All right. And coming up where I got to turn north here, I gotta watch for vehicles. And I hate this corner. What I usually do is, because it curves, the road curves, but it goes straight also, and the T intersection is right there, and I got to turn left up there. So what I generally do is get into the oncoming lane so I can make less incident. But I don't see any cars coming up Higgins Road, any direction. I don't see anything behind me, so it should be okay. But anyway, so I turned right onto the last road, on the last stretch. I'm getting ready to. I'm close to the intersection. There's a white farmhouse on the southeast corner. Now there's a vehicle coming up behind me, but there was enough time for me to get over. So I turn right. Oh, I gotta watch out. Owners out here. Dogs might be out. See, this guy's going straight, or he's going around the curve. He's going around the curve. All right. Is he coming? No. Okay. Road work ahead. No passing zone's not marked. That's a permanent sign. All right, so there's this white house on the southeast corner. It's got a farm and like really tall grass, like 2-3 feet tall, maybe closer to 2. So what happens? I can get some speed going here. So what happens is that coming up to it, I'm about, I don't know, maybe 100 feet away from the corner where I got to turn right, and I see 2 gigantic, vicious dogs running around the damn corner of the house, headed out toward, I think it was Roods Road was the one I was on, R-O-O-D-S, which word is pronounced Roods, which I find the owners of that house very. And this is the official route of this ride, so I'm not getting off the road or anything. And then these dogs are coming out, and I'm just sitting there trying to figure out how to deal with them. Now, I'd have a hard time getting lost, as I do have a good sense of direction. Plus, I had plenty of battery on my phone, so I could use the maps. I had service. I had a spare battery in case I needed it. Plus, I had the route maps, so I could get out of there easily. But I kind of wanted to do this middle 3 miles. But so I'm just sitting there on my bike when these dogs come running around, just trying to decide what to do. So I'm there like 5 minutes or so, hoping that the dogs will run back, which I've been in a situation like that before where that's exactly what happened. With the wind blowing, I did have my bear mace in my back, in my saddlebag, but you know, with the way the wind was blowing, it wasn't something that I necessarily wanted to do. Another bicyclist comes up next to me, goes, "You all right?" Stops, says, "You all right?" And I'm like, "There's some vicious dogs over here." And then we proceed a little bit closer to the corner, both of us. I was thinking maybe both of us could go right by it. And then, of course, the dogs come running, following us. They're still maybe about 100 feet into the field, but they're getting closer and closer. And then they go into the tall grass, and Bevco suggests you drink water. So they're in the grass, and they are just standing there looking at us. It's one of those kind of like horror movie cliche things, because you can see the tops of their head out of the grass, and that's all you can see. You couldn't see the rest of the dog. Then the other cyclist nudges me and says, "Hey, look over there. There is a third dog I hadn't seen." So me and him are sitting there discussing what to do while these dogs, at least the 2 of them, the one was like on top of a hill of gravel or something. But so we're discussing what to do. They're inching closer, and then one of the SAG wagons, SAG, that's an acronym, SAG, Supplies and Gear for those who want to know, decides to, or they pull up beside us, like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Dogs over here." And they're like, oh, and by the way, I didn't realize this, but the guy who organized this ride used to work with my dad. So that was kind of weird. He knew who I was, which in and of itself was weird. But I think he remembered me from when I was a member of the Joliet Bicycle Club, which he was a member of. So if there were more people out there, they would swear I'm insane. Anyway, and so they're like, "You know what, just go back to the road you turned in on, and You know, it's not like a race or anything where you need the miles, but you know, we'd rather have you safe than you know, in the hospital. And you know, made good sense. So me and this other guy were on the way back, not about a half mile back from where we were. A couple of other bicyclists, we warned them about the dogs, and they decided it was probably a good idea just to turn around and go with us. And then we warned people on the way. You know, it was, you know, they were appreciative, and met back up with a few of them at the Milton Pope School. We were talking about it, having a jolly old time. And I think I'm about 6 miles now. Yeah, about 6 miles, 2.5 to go. Time flies once you get things working, huh? Anyway, so I grab some more. They had the typical psych stop spread at the school. When you do these rides, you tend to find out they have similar things. They had peanut butter and jelly, bananas, trail mix that had little M&Ms in it. Signal for left turn onto South 3rd Road. Nothing coming behind me. Nothing coming from the other direction. And we are good. So, and lemonade and water, Gatorade. I decided to start taking it easy on the Gatorade early on in rides, but it's because of my stomach. And I did have some, not a whole lot. I mean, you do need to replenish that. Your electrolytes. Rondo, it's got electrolytes. And you need to replenish that shit. But, you know, it's all about figuring out your system. Everyone's system's different. But, at any rate, so my final stop at the Milton Pope School. And at that point, I gotta go head back east home into the damn wind. I was lucky. I was pedaling along at 6 miles an hour, which to some people I know probably seems fast, but to me, I'm used to going about 13, and sometimes I can hit 15. And in case you haven't noticed, I basically turned off the voice on my my tracker here because honestly, I don't really want to know what my speed and stuff is on this one until I get back, until I finish. So anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm heading back. It's pretty much all east. There's 3 miles of southward direction, but you go due east, and then you go south for 1 mile. You pick up a little speed on the south. When the wind's at your back, that's refreshing if you've been out for a while. And then you go due east again for 3 miles. Then you go north for 2. At that point, I think the wind was out of the north. Well, I think it varied with however direction I was traveling at that point. It certainly seemed like that. And the thing that pissed me off the most was that people were passing me like the wind was nothing. Some of these people weren't even in as good a shape as I was, which leads me to the conclusion that either A, I'm a putz, which is a given, or B, I really need a road bike, and I'm going to start saving up for a road bike. Spend about maybe, hope my wife's not listening, $1,500 on one. Well, that's a lot of money. That's actually about the average price for a road bike. This thing here that I'm riding, and don't get me wrong, I love this bike, but I thought it would be doing more riding on the I&M Towpath Trail with its limestone and shit, but I really don't ride that much on it. I do mostly road riding, which I honestly think I like the road riding more. There's less chance of running with dogs on the trail. I kind of like these wide open views. I'm going to have to find a way to get another camera on here and mount it so that I can live stream both me and then what I'm riding. I think that would be neat. See if I get a GoPro that live streams or something. Anyway, so yeah, it goes, they get to a stretch, it goes north. Distances aren't adding up. Well, they're approximate. North for 2 miles, then east for another 3, and then south for 2, and then east for the final mile, mile and a half. And, oh, I knew I was going to regret that. I was freaking tired and sore. But I really hate, I don't need to signal here, this is a curve. But, yeah, I was tired and sore from all of the, oh yeah, and one thing that didn't help is I swore I checked this before I left for the ride, but apparently I didn't. But yeah, my front tire was about 40 pounds low. God, I'm a fucking idiot. That's, pardon my French. I should have put a, watch the language on this thing. But, yeah, so, yeah, that was a pain in the ass, but all in all, I had a good time. Met up with a couple of people that I knew. Obviously, the guy who put on the ride, I didn't realize I knew him. Yeah, wind at my back. Of course, I had another there too. Man, picking up some speed here. Kind of nice going north. This wind at your back. And Dr. Steve Sandelin, he's a chiropractor, but don't hold that against him. And actually, I have to say my interactions with him, with other people, have really taught me some lessons about how to deal with people that you don't necessarily agree with things on. And people that know me know I have my problems with chiropractic, homeopathy, and people that are against vaccines and that sort of thing. But Dr. Steve's a nice guy. I like him, and he knows me. I know him, and the lesson I learned there is that maybe I got to stop being such a jackass, which I'll admit that I am one. And yeah, so, well, we had about maybe a third of a mile left. So yeah, that concludes my my thing about it. I had a fun time on the Tour de Corne, and I thought it was the 5th year they did it, and I was wrong. It's the 1st year they've done it, and it was fun. They said they got a couple hundred people out for it, which for a first-time event, kind of neat, kind of sweet, actually. And, here's right turn right onto Southmore. If you ever come riding out this way, if you want to go north of Morse, you can always go to either Governed Woods State Park. Ooh, yeah, that brake's way too mushy. I'm going to have to fix that. Governed Woods State Park, or Stratton Park, or really just park anywhere downtown Morris. There's a lot of parking. You just go north of the river from there. You want to go south of the river, not a lot of options, but one option you have just north of here, about maybe a half mile, almost about a half mile to 2/3 a mile northeast of here, is the Morse Wetlands State Natural Area. It's like a hunting area. When there's no hunting, you can walk back in there. Me and my son hiked back in there once. Kind of neat, actually. And but they got a nice sized parking lot. You can drop your car there, unload your bike, and ride the roads. It's not a lot of routes due south from there, but you go a little far, you can find plenty of routes to the east and to the west. So that's if you want to get there, just probably the easiest way. If you're coming from Joliet, probably the easiest way is just go west on 80 to the Route 47 exit, take it over the bridge, over the river, It's about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles south of the interstate. And then turn left at the first red light south of the river. That's Pine Bluff Road. And you go about 1.5 miles and it'll be on your left. They don't have any signs facing the road to tell you where to turn, but they do have the big old typical Illinois State Park sign there, letting you know it's there. And I got a guy coming up behind me. Of course, the wind seems to pick up, but I'm almost home, so I don't care. I got plenty of energy right now. Just gotta watch the pain in my left foot and the pain in my right knee. So I hate all this grass that they blow up onto this road. And I am home. Alrighty. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm gonna head upstairs to my computer and see if I got anything on the Q&A. Well, be just a moment for that.
Time auto paused.
So I'm gonna shut Endomondo off and we'll see what the results are. So give me a second here. 40 minutes and 20 seconds. My average speed 12.62 miles an hour. My maximum speed was 17.4. Cool. Let's go. Sweet. All right. All right, we'll go back upstairs to the computer. In about 40 minutes, I have to start recording my podcast, The Pie Factory, with Sean Courtney. It's a classic arcade video game podcast. And but I'm going to see if I got any. I really got to build something to keep my bike from. Shouldn't be too hard to do. To keep it from like rolling. It's one thing I don't like about kind of bicycles is no kickstand. I mean, you could put them on there. They got the spot for it, but anyway. So, all right, I'm gonna head upstairs and see what we got. So, hold on a second. I don't know if y'all heard me when I switched over to Endomondo about my time. I guess we got some people listening. Were you guys listening to me on my ride?
No, I couldn't hear anything anyway.
Ah, well, I did have the volume on the speakers turned down.
Come on, let's go.
That's my wife taking my daughter to dance. Okay, let's turn this back on. See if anyone has any questions for me. Oh, and there's my gloves right there, of course. Password. Right. Right now. Okay, I'm gonna. Alrighty, let's see here. I don't think I got any. I think it would say if I had any questions. Yeah, no questions. Didn't think so, but I'm going to keep these on so that next time I do a ride, you guys can ask me questions on the Google Q&A. Yeah, so, hey, thanks everybody for riding along with me. Had a good time. Thank you for listening to my tales about the Tour de Corn. And so this will just go up on YouTube. So just a short amount of time after the I stopped broadcast here. So, all right, thanks. See y'all later, and have fun. Bye-bye.